Welcome to my YouTube channel Storyboard Cinema. In the beginning of the film, we see a room in a bad condition, where a lot of pages of books were scattered all over the place. A girl named Alicia was putting petrol all over the place, so that all the books and pages could be set on fire. In front of Alicia, there was a woman who was stopping her from doing this by crying, but she also puts petrol on it. And she sets a book on fire and throws it on the woman, which starts burning the woman. She is killed. Along with that, the room also catches fire, and the whole room starts burning. There was also a computer here, which was also burning in the fire, but it was still on, and a message was written on it: she will be the one to die, that is, she is going to die now. After this, we are shown a story of 6 years later, where the main character of the story sees a girl named Angela. She and some of her friends were all becoming writers, and they used to study together in a college. They all come to the meeting of their book club. They tell each other about their own written novels and books, and read such new novels, stories, and talk to each other about it. The book we were talking about today was a drowning book. But during this conversation, a girl, Sebas, and Angela's friend have an argument, because of which Angela's friend gets angry and goes away from there. Angela follows her to talk. Her friend says that I don't like Sebas at all. You are my friend, so you also break friendship with him. But Angela refuses to do this, that you both are equal to me, she can't do this in your mutual relationship. After which Sebas and Angela talk at night. She tells him that I am very upset because of one thing. I have not written a single book for 6 years, and now I feel like I am not a writer at all. On which Sebas convinces her that you don't worry, if you need any help in writing a book, then tell me, I will support you. These two meet, and go their separate ways. Now Angela realizes her mistake, so she apologizes to her friend for her misbehavior. After which she comes home, and thinks of emailing the professor. She had written the whole message that I am looking for a new story to write a book, so sir, I need your help. Now she thinks a little, then stops emailing, because then she remembers the book Sebas told her, whose name was Killer Crown, that is, the killer in this book was a joker. But he was not an ordinary human being, he becomes a joker because of a disease. Whenever he has that disease, his mind gets so bad that he wears the joker's mask and clothes, and then he kills people in a terrible way. Now seeing this, Angela is also very scared and turns off the laptop. The next day, the professor tells her that people make big mistakes in writing drowning stories, because of which there are a lot of shortcomings in those stories and the story is not fun. Like a writer takes someone else's drowning story, changes it according to him and makes a new story. And to become a good writer, make your own story by all means. Now hearing this, Angela gets confused, because it is obvious that she was also thinking of taking someone else's story to make her own story. After class, the professor talks to Angela, says, come to the office, I want to talk to you. When Angela goes there, the professor tells her that I got the email you sent. Hearing this, she even thinks that I didn't even send the mail, but then she thought that maybe I must have sent the mail that I forgot. Then the professor keeps telling her about himself that my life is not going very well, there are a lot of problems because I am going to get divorced. Now Angela also keeps telling her about herself that sir, I need your help to make a complete story. Hearing this, the professor closes the door and says, okay, this was the mail, but I got some other mail. Saying this, he strangely came to Angela and started misbehaving with her, because of which she got so angry that she strongly kicked the professor and said, open the door quickly, if you don't do this, I will start screaming. When the professor opens the door, he also threatens her that if you tell anyone about this, I will destroy you. But because she was very sad, she was also angry, so she tells all her friends about this, but does not report against the professor. But her friends were very angry, they decide that we will take revenge from the professor so that he does not do such a thing in the future. So now all her friends wear a joker mask at night and go to teach the professor a lesson. She went to the place where the professor was, and he was running away from them. Then someone else, a stranger on the mask comes there, who had a hammer in his hand, which had a sharp point. When the professor goes to him, he attacks him with a hammer. The hammer hit the professor's head, which injured him, but he quickly ran up to save his life, where Angela was. The professor was very scared, so he started running away from there in a hurry, but suddenly his feet slipped and he fell straight down from above. There was a pillar at the bottom, on which the professor fell, and he crossed it, which killed the professor on the spot. In the meantime, everyone else came up, and seeing all this, they thought that Angela had killed the professor by pushing him. But she tells her in her tears that I didn't kill him. When he came up, there was already blood on his head, so someone attacked him below. Because they were all friends, they decide that whatever happened, we will not tell anyone about it. But Angela says that no, let's call the police, because someone attacked her, on which everyone explains to her that no, such a big problem can arise. After which they all burn their Joker's mask and promise that just bury this secret here, no one will tell anyone anything. After which everyone feels that the professor himself had killed himself. Now in the lives of those friends, everything had happened as normal as before, but she thought she was responsible for the death of Professor Angela, because of which she was always worried. Anyway, after a few days, someone sends them the first chapter of a novel. The chapter's name was Death of the Professor. Hearing this, everyone gets very surprised and worried, but then they start doubting each other that all this is being said by one of us. Because obviously, no one else knew the truth about the death of the professor, but still they were very scared. A few days later, Sebas tells Angela that the second chapter of that novel has also come. When she reads it, the name of this chapter was that the Mad Joker killed one of your friends. So now according to the chapter, Angela and Sebas reach the place where the Joker had killed their friend. They don't get their friend's body there, but they get the message of the Joker written on the wall, which was to be continued. Now here comes another friend of hers who tells that I can find out who the Joker is. After which they all gather in one place in the college and her friend tells that Joker is from our college. He knows us all well and he also knows how to spread fear. He has chosen as friends for his novel, so according to this, we are the characters of his story. Anyway, whatever he is going to like drawing things. That's why we should find him on the internet and on the college's website that who likes drawing things. The next day, she takes out all the information from her college and she finds out that only those people in this college who like drawing things. So now it is possible that Joker is one of them. Now according to the plan, they went to the library. When Angela was alone, then the message of the Joker goes to her, who is saying that I am watching you. After reading this, when Angela saw in front of her, there was a real Joker standing there, who points at her hand. Seeing this, she got very scared and started running away from there quickly. But then she collides with her best friend. Right at this time, her other friends also came. And they were surprised that they didn't even know about our plan. But still he came here. So now they start doubting him. At night, some of her friends also went to a club, where the owner was Angela's best friend. After a while, when Sebas's friend came out of the club, then the Joker comes there. But his friend, without fear, went ahead and started killing the Joker. After that, he takes off the Joker's mask and says, "You. How are you here?" But without saying anything, he puts his weapon in his stomach. His whole stomach was cut. Blood also starts coming out of his mouth. And there he died. Anyway, after Angela, the Joker also sends the third chapter. Which he told that I killed Sebas's friend. Now all these friends got together again. And started accusing each other again. But now when she starts looking for her friend's dead body. Then again the Joker's message was written there. To be continued. Now Sebas tells Angela that the ID from which the Joker sends us the message. I found it everywhere on the internet. Where I found out about a girl who has been connected to the Joker for a few years. And that girl's name is Alicia. That is, the same one who set fire to the book room in the beginning. Now listening to Alicia's name, Angela tells that the novel I have written. He wrote this girl as the main character. This boy's mother was crazy about novels and stories. That's why she used to tell Alicia to tell something all the time. But when she refused, her mother used to beat her a lot. So because of this, one day Alicia set fire to her book room. After that crazy girl burned her mother and killed her. This happened in the beginning. And the woman who was crying was Alicia's mother. Angela tells that I liked this story a lot. And because I didn't have any idea to write. That's why I wrote Alicia's story in my book. People liked that story so much that my book became very famous. Seeing my success, Alicia got very angry. She contacted me and said that I will take revenge for this thing. Although I told her not to do it. I also apologized. But she said that one day I will write such a story that will hurt you a lot. And I will get peace. Hearing this, Sebastian says, okay, so it means that Alicia is the Joker on whom Angela says. But she is dead. Because when he burned his mother and killed her, then later he also burned himself and killed him. But I am responsible for all this. Whatever is happening because of me. Hearing this, Sebastian hugs her and reassures her. And here he also tells his heart that I love you. There the Joker ran after Angela's friend. But he somehow ran to one place and saved his life and hid there. The Joker also comes there. But his friend attacked the Joker by chance. And he hit him with his legs and dropped him down. Now Angela's friend thought that he was also conscious. That's why he thought to remove his mask and see. But then the Joker who was acting, he attacks him a little. By which he also became conscious. But he does not kill Angela's friend by chance. Now Angela watches her friend's video. In which he says that the Joker has sent a message. In which he is saying that I am going to print this novel in the form of a book. For which I have set up a function. So I want all of you to be part of that function. But in my costume, that is, in my Joker robe. So now all these people reach that function. Where the Joker's table goes to Angela. She actually sent a video. Which they had just done. Which means he is keeping an eye on them. So now all these people are separated and make a plan to find the Joker. But when she was doing this, she made a ruckus there. Because of this, security follows one of their friends. She quickly ran away from there and comes to a place and hides. But then death came there. That is, that Joker. Seeing this, she got so scared that she started running away from there. But then the Joker comes from behind and pierces his back with his hammer. Due to which he is killed very badly. Now when all these friends went to find their friend. Then they saw his body floating in the water. And that companion also came there in a bad condition. Who had recorded the video. When she removed her mask and saw all this. Then her throat was cut badly by the Joker. His blood was flowing fast. And in front of their eyes like this. He is killed very badly. Now the Joker's hammer, one of his friends was caught in his hand. That's why everyone thinks that he killed both his friends. But she clearly refuses. That no, I didn't kill them. Due to all this situation, Angela also becomes conscious. And when she comes to her senses, her best friend shows a video to Angela. In which the Joker was tied to Sebas. Now when Angela goes to that place to save Sebas. Then she is quite surprised to see that the friend on whom she was doubting. He was also badly injured. His condition was about to die. But she tells Angela that I am not a Joker. Who tells and dies. Then after that, Angela goes to Sebas and saves him. Right at this time, Angela's best friend also came here. Which gives him a very surprising information. That he didn't feel that Sebas is the real Joker. Because Angela is doing all this because he is crazy for you. He wants to get you. Now Sebas got up from his place. And by putting his hammer in his best friend's stomach. He injures him badly. After which he did not eat the hammer. He also started scaring Angela and says that yes, I am the clone, I am the Joker. And it is also true that I did all this to get you. I did all this with a plan. First I made the whole story, then I made the characters. And then one by one, I killed everyone who had the turn. By which we could understand that he is actually a crazy writer. Who turns his story so dangerous to get his goal. That he does it anyway. While telling all this, he came very close to Angela. Then by chance, she puts a pen in his neck. Which went through his mouth and started hurting him. Then by chance, she starts running away from here quickly. But then another friend of Angela comes in front. She was also in the Joker's costume. She had a hammer in her hand. She says that I am Alicia. Who was not dead, but was saved. And I had written all these stories with Sebas. And killed all your friends one by one. I did this because it was my plan. So that I can prove that you too have the Joker disease. That's why you killed all your friends. All the blame will come on you. You will get stuck. After which Sebas will publish your story by giving the image of a book. He will publish it and everyone will like it a lot. Just like this, my story that you stole was a hit. And you became famous. And not only this, but me and Sebas will also make a film on it. And they will also earn money. While she was telling these things, Angela looks at her best friend behind them, who was not dead, but was injured. Angela distracts them. Then her friend pushes Sebas from the same place where the professor fell. He also fell on the nook and cranny. What happens from his mouth goes through his head. And Sebas dies like this. Seeing this, Alicia attacks her friend with a hammer, which injures him a lot. Seeing this, Angela ran away from there. Then Alicia also follows her to kill her. Then she runs and goes to the basement. Now when Alicia was moving forward to kill her, then Angela leaves electricity there, due to which there was a fire due to short circuit, in which Alicia also comes and she dies. In a little while, the police came here who saved both Angela and her friend, because he was still alive and now everything is fine. After this, the story is shown a year later, where all the students were taking their writing class. And here was Angela too. When she came out, she saw Joker in front of her, who was holding a hammer in his hand. When he removed the mask, he found out that it was no one but Alicia, who survived once again. And now she goes to kill Angela. Seeing this, she screams loudly. With this suspense, this film ends.